name is Michaela Smith-Campbell, the fashion designer and founder for the fashion design brand MACK Smith, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I am very excited to be doing this video with you guys because I am going to be showing you guys how to distress denim. And really, denim is such a classic fabric and staple piece in almost everybody's wardrobe. So that is why I definitely wanted to do this video today, because I feel like everybody's been wearing denim, everybody has denim. Not only that, I've actually been working on a secret project for you guys that I will be later revealing later on this year. So definitely stay tuned for that announcement on this project. And this project that I'm actually currently working on does involve a lot of denim, so that is another reason why I want to do this video, because I have been doing a lot of denim distressing and whatnot. So I definitely wanted to show you guys some creative tips and tricks today while working with denim. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and also give this video a thumbs up as well. Let's go. To start off, I'm just going to be going over just the basics that you need. And obviously you're going to need to somehow distress and cut your denim, so I definitely would recommend a pair of scissors. And these scissors are the Nicole brand scissors. I mean, you can find scissors anywhere. You can go to Michael's, you can go to Staples, you can go to CVS. I'm sure Walgreens probably has scissors. Use just regular scissors that I'll be using for today's video. And then I suggest using a ruler. For me, I'll be using this tape measure. And then lastly, I would recommend using maybe a pencil or a piece of chalk, depending on what color your denim fabric is. For me, I'm using white. So for me, because I'm using white denim in today's video, I'm not gonna be really able to see a chalk mark, or I don't really wanna mess up because I am using white. I don't wanna use like a pen or a pencil or nothing. So I'm just going to mark where I'll be cutting with pins, and these are just regular pins, you guys. I've had pins forever. I mean, you can find pins from like AC Moore, Michael's, Joann's Fabric, Amazon especially. These are just regular pins. So those are my main things. And you guys, you don't need to use pins. Again, if you guys have regular denim, like the blue indigo color denim, you can always use a pencil to mark where you wanna cut and where you wanna place holes. Or again, if you have a lighter, like for me, I don't want to risk like getting my white denim stained at all or ruined, so I'm just using the pins for today. And if you have a pair of black denim jeans or a black denim jacket or whatever darker denim color, you can always use chalk to mark. But for today, I'm using pens. And then of course, you have to use whatever piece of denim you'll be using. For me, I'll be utilizing these denim jeans. And because I have so many pairs of white denim, I definitely wanted to make shorts. Considering we are going into the warmer months, I want shorts. These are a pair of white denim pants that I thrifted a few weeks ago that I really want to make into shorts, because I don't actually have fitted white denim shorts. So I wanted to have some fun today and really distress them for today's video. And then yeah, these are the denim pants. I don't know if you guys can see. And to you guys, I definitely want to add that this video is for anything denim that you guys might have. For me, I'm using denim jeans, but it could be a denim skirt, it could be a denim pair of shorts to distress and just make holes and whatnot for it. It could be a denim jacket, it could be a denim top. Anything denim that you have applies to this video if you are looking to distress and just be really creative and just have a lot of fun. It's honestly okay if you make mistakes. That's one thing I really love and admire about denim. With denim, it's not a perfect fabric, so no matter how many times you might mess up with distressing, it still looks really cool. The whole point of distressing is just having so much fun and just being really creative too, you guys, honestly. And I think that's the best part of it, is like self-discovering and just being creative with your style and yourself and your wardrobe and just figuring out what you like. So I really hope while you're watching this video, and if you are doing these step-by-step tricks and tips or utilizing it later on, you guys can just have fun with it, most importantly. And another thing that I do want to add for any denim, just a tip, you guys, if it's 100% cotton denim, you will be much better off with your distressing, because when you do go to wash it and dry it after you're done distressing it, the holes and rips will be a lot more frayed and a more fluffier, rather than denim that's probably partial spandex or partial cotton, like that cotton blend spandex mix. It's not going to be as frizzy and fluffy than 100% cotton, because cotton, you guys, as you know, cotton is a natural fiber. It gets really fluffy once it gets distressed and ripped. So if it's 100% cotton, the frays and the rip will look so much better and so much of a superior quality than if you're using denim that's blended cotton and polyester or spandex or anything. So that's just an FYI, you guys, when you are choosing what to distress. Okay, let's get into this. Okay, you guys, so to start off, obviously lay your piece of denim flat out on the table. And then when you do start, because I am utilizing denim jeans, I always want to make sure that my zipper and my button is just closed and zippered up, just to make sure everything's even and not just pulled, because you know one side might be more higher or lopsided than the other. So you just want to make sure everything's just folded or just pinned tight and even. Okay, so that's the first step, is just making sure everything's laid out flat and nice. Yeah, so for me, what's most comfortable is at least having a 6-inch seam in between my thighs, so my thighs aren't rubbing together when I do wear shorts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my tape measure, or if you guys are at home, you guys might have a ruler. And then my inseam is the seam inside the leg area. So this is my inseam. And then I am going to measure from the crotch seam. I'm going to measure 6 inches. Okay, there we go. So 6 inches from my crotch outward. All right. 6 inches from my crotch outward, that's 6 inches. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark where the 6-inch mark is with my needle, my pin. For those of you at home, if you guys are doing a step-by-step, you might be using either chalk if you have a darker fabric, or you guys might be using like a fabric marker or a pencil at home. But for me, I'm doing a pin. Actually, this pin's not a good one. This is actually kind of bent. Okay, so I'm gonna pin right here where 6 inches is. All right, so that's my 6-inch seam. Okay, now what I'm going to do, this is the most basic part. Obviously, I want them to match, so. And you can only do one, if you guys want, what's easiest for me, I find, is only measuring one leg, because all I'm going to do is just copy and replicate it on the other leg by lining it up like this. So now that I'm folding it, okay, so I'm folding it out, and I'm folding it with the crotch out, my pant leg. So right here where the crotch is, the crotch should be like pointed like that. So I'm folding it where the crotch is. And then for me, what I'm going to do, probably gonna cut right here. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it right here. Oh my God, all these pins. Okay, then the next step, after I folded my pant leg so they're both aligned, what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from my marking for the 6-inch inseam and just make a straight line across, so that way I can make another marking on the other end, so when I do cut it, I can evenly match it up to the other side. So I'm going to take my pin. These pins are so small, I don't even know if the camera's catching up with it. God. Okay, and just pin right here. Okay. So that's all I have, you guys. As you guys can see, I just have the 2 pins. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have a pin right here and a pin right here on each side of the pant leg. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the first layer, not the second pant, but I'm gonna cut this layer first. And you guys, you can, again, for fabric scissors, you can get any kind of fabric scissors out there. I mean, you can get some on Amazon. I mean, they have like, you can find them literally anywhere, fabric scissors. And just a little tip, you guys, or trick, when I cut, to make it even, I usually will cut a little bit and then I keep folding it and then I'll keep cutting and then I'll fold it more just to make it sure it's aligned. Like for example, I'm cutting it right now, so what I'm going to do is the piece I cut, I'm going to fold it over and then just kind of trace that cut mark. Hopefully you guys are following up. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are following up on these step-by-step instructions. I don't know. Okay. So you guys, this is what I'm cutting off. So let's put this one pant leg on the side, and then I have this. Okay, so I cut this. So right now it's looking like this. I have one cut pant leg and the other pant leg hasn't been yet cut. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace the line that I cut the trace line basically. Okay, so what I did, I just took my pins out, you guys. It should look like this. You should have half a pant and half a short. If you are utilizing denim pants and you want to make them into shorts. So now I'm going to get the other pant leg and cut it, tracing the short I just cut out. Cut, cut, cut. You guys, these scissors are really dull. I really need a new pair of scissors actually. I've had these forever, I feel like. Okay, so I cut this pant leg off. So now I have these beautiful babies. And so what I like to do is I kind of want to figure out where I want my holes. So I like a lot of holes. For me, it's like the messier the denim is, the better it is. So I don't know, I might have some holes like where my pocket is. I think that'd be really cool. I'm gonna mark that right there. I'm using pins to mark where my holes are going to be, you guys, just so I can get a visual before I actually start cutting, because once you start cutting, as you know, there is no going back. What else? I can cut the bottom up right here. And then for this one, I'm thinking about cutting like a U-shaped hole from it. Maybe like this tall. Yeah, like the more messier, the better for me. So to start off, I'm gonna use the front. I'm gonna make some rips in it, you guys. I'm just gonna have some fun with it. I actually don't need that. I don't know why I cut it. I'm gonna cut this a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So I just cut a U shape right here. And then I'm gonna do just a regular hole right here. So when I do a hole, what I do is I like to pinch it kind of on the side, because my holes are all going to be horizontal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch it, boom. Make a little hole. I can stick my little pinky in there, like the hole. And then, because it's going to be horizontal, I'm just going to cut it or rip it open. If you guys want more control over like how wide the hole is, or you can just cut it with scissors like I'm doing little by little. If you want more control, you don't want your hole like getting weird. So it's literally that simple and easy. So what I like to do to add more flair and fray is on the outside perimeter of the hole. I'll just make little cuts like that. Just little cuts. So when we do put it in the washer and then dryer, it gets more ruffled and ripped apart and frayed. And obviously the more cuts, the more frayed it's going to look. I have a little pin up here because I want another hole right there. You can do diagonal holes too, you guys. I have a little pin mark right there. Oh my god, again, these scissors are really dull. Alright. So this is a hole right in front of the pocket area. And then I'm making these little cuts along the ridge of the hole that I just created, just to add more of a fray effect. You guys can see, this is what I mean, just adding little cuts and whatnot. And then what I like to do for any of the pocket and zipper and even the waistband, what I do is I cut a little bit of it. For example, I'm going to cut the end piece and just little minor cuts. The end piece, I don't know if you guys can see it. But for example, on the belt loop, to make it more distressed, I'm going to just cut the ends of it just a little bit. Not cut it off like literally like this, cut it off, but I'm just going to just nip the ends of it. It's going to be like really frayed after you wash it and you dry it. And then if you want to get really feisty with it, you can cut like half of it, the belt loop inward, not the full belt loop, because you still want to utilize that belt loop. But like for me, I made a big cut in the middle. So you can just do that with all the belt loops to make it really like frayed. I'll be making mini cuts on the pocket in the front as well as the back pockets too, you guys. Okay, I went in a little deep. And then same thing with the zipper fly. I'll be doing the same thing. I'll be cutting this fly zipper, just making like really crazy cuts. And again, the more cuts you do in your denim fabric, on whatever garment you might be using, whether it's denim jeans, a denim jacket, denim skirt, top, the more cuts you make, the more frayed, messy, and distressed it's going to look. So, on this side, same thing, you guys. Boom, boom, boom. Really like mess it up, get the ends. I like it messy over here, so I'm gonna cut a lot. And I might, even off camera, you guys, because this might take me some time. Off camera, I'm gonna be making like more cuts along like the zipper. But I just wanted to show you guys like the basics for those of you who might want to do this at home. I want to show you the basics of cutting. And then too, you guys, before I even throw this in the washer and dryer, I'm going to put these on to make sure that they're the length I want and the shape I want for the hem. And then if they're not, I'm going to adjust it slightly, and then I'm going to make my adjustments. And that's when I'm done, when I'm finalized and I'm done and I'm happy with what I cut out. That's when they're going to go in the wash and dryer to become more frayed. So for the back, we're moving to the back side where the two pockets are, of course. And so for the pockets, what I like to do is I love my pockets ripped. For me, the more ripped, the merrier. So for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip one pocket. And this pocket's going to be hanging. So when it's washed, it's going to be hanging off like, I don't know if you guys can see it because it's really white. It's going to be hanging off like this. So it's not going to be as functional. I mean, there's some stuff you can put in here, but we're looking at the style, you guys. The style right now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip a little bit of what I just cut, just to make it more frayed. Of course, the more frayed, the merrier it is. Where I cut, I'm just snipping it a little bit, like maybe 1/4 of an inch snip in. That's what I do. If I'm snipping, I snip like around 1/4 of an inch. And you guys, it doesn't have to be so specific and perfect. Just have fun. It's denim. I've always worked with the more opulent fabrics and fabrics that were just more dressy. This is what we're looking like for the back pockets. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm putting my hand in there. I cut one hole on the bottom back pocket, and then this, as you guys know, I teared off, but I didn't completely cut off. Do not completely cut it off, because when you do wash it, it's just gonna hang really cool like that, and it's gonna stay really cool, so don't completely rip it off. If you guys do make a tear like this in any pockets, just make sure you keep it on. It just adds that little flair and extraness to the frayed, distressed look. For the perimeter of the back pocket, as you guys can see, it's like this shape. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just, again, make little snippets on the side of the pocket. Do not cut the actual like pant. I'm just cutting the pocket where like almost the seam is, but not like cutting the pocket off. Like as you guys can see, no, it's kind of blurry. Like this is the pocket. I'm just cutting and just snipping. I'm not even cutting off anything. I'm just snipping and the ends of it. That's it. Just so the end of the pocket is also distressed very much. Within your creativity, it could be growth. You know, my hope is to be growing this channel a lot more this year. For example, that's one of my goals, or my many goals this year. But I mean, that's the goal, right? Let me know in the comments below what some of you guys' goals are this year. I'm really interested to know like more about what my followers are about. I really want to know how you guys are, because I feel like as I post videos, sometimes I'll get comments here and there on some of the videos, and then I get like a lot of new followers. So I'm like, who are these people? Like, I feel like I'm sometimes talking to myself when I post myself on this channel. But I'm like, I want to kind of engage with my followers, see who they are, what kind of people they are. Are they also designers? Are they also creatives? Are they people into, I don't know, fashion? What do they like? Are they into cooking? Even though I don't have obviously any cooking on my channel, but I just want to know like what my followers do, you know? You guys, all I did was just move to the second pocket. That's all I did. I literally just moved to the second pocket. All right, so because I ripped this pocket and this pocket has a flap, I'm probably not gonna do a fat flap on the other pocket. What I'm going to do is just regular holes. Again, to make my hole, what I'm doing is I'm pinching the fabric and then I'm making a little hole, boom. So I have a little eyelet hole. And then you can either rip it if you want it like imperfect. If you rip it, it might not be like a perfect horizontal line. The hole, it might just like kind of be jagged. What I did is I did a horizontal little slit and then I did a vertical slit. So I'm gonna do like a vertical hole. around so it's more frayed. Cut a 1/4 of an inch, snip, snip, snip on the perimeter of the hole you just made. Snip, snip, snip. Okay, I like the way that looks. Yay. Okay. I'm gonna make a 3rd hole in this pocket. Just like a smaller one. Okay, just rip it like that. It doesn't have to be perfect or ripped, you guys. That's the whole point of distress. You want to make it look really natural and not so like you did it. Okay, so that's what the pockets are going to look like in the back. Now I'm going to continue with the belt loops, distressing them by snipping the outer belt loops, not completely cutting the belt loops off. Remember the difference. What I like to do is I like to start little by little. So as I'm doing little cuts and even holes, you try them on, see if you like them. And then if you want the hole to be bigger, you make it bigger. But just start little by little. Don't get too crazy, because sometimes if you do too many holes, it doesn't come out as cute as you thought it would be. What's another thing? Okay. I don't know. I might not add another hole right here because this is such a large, this goes up really high, as you guys can see. This goes up really high, so I might not add another hole. So I'm back on the back part of the jeans, and what I want to do is I want to be really edgy and have some fun, and I'm going to make a hole. I want to try these on, and then I'm going to see where my butt cheek ends, because I want to make a large hole on the bottom right where my butt cheek ends. I want to make a big hole on the bottom. I like that edgy fun look. So I'm going to try these on and then mark where I want the hole just underneath my butt cheek, and then I'm going to make a hole there. Okay guys, so I tried them on, and I'm actually going to cut 1 inch off the hem. They are kind of long, they're like just above my knee, and I'm not going for that above the knee look. So I'm going to cut off like about 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches. But again, that's why you start off like cutting little by little, because as you try it on and you see what works for you, you want to just kind of adjust it, because the worst thing you can do is get scissor happy and just start snipping away, because once you cut it off, there's no going back. Unless you sew it back on or something, but it just won't even look right. You start off little by little until you are satisfied with your liking to whatever length you're working with. To cut 1 inch from the bottom. Maybe 2. Probably 2 inches actually. And then I'm doing the same for this end. So it's all the same length. There we go. So I have my 2 pins from the inseam to the outer seam on both ends. Remember, you want to mark it both ends just so that you're straight and even. And then I'm only cutting 1 leg. We don't cut 2 legs at a time because you might have a wrinkle somewhere. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's what we want. Now, the hole on the back, I'm probably gonna do another hole probably on 1.5 inches up. I'm eyeing it, honestly. I'm just eyeing it. I made a little donut hole 1 inch above the hemline, and I'm making a hole. A hole where my butt cheek ends. So it's not showing my butt cheek, it's like right underneath, below. You know, just to add that edginess. Cause I like that look, honestly. And then to make it more frayed, what are we doing, you guys? We are going to be snipping. Remember, we snip, snip, snip. Snipping where the hole is, just to add a more frayed effect. Obviously, the more frayed, the better quality it will come out to be. I'm going to add a side hole on the side seam on the other side for a cool effect. I'm making another donut hole right here so you guys can see where my finger is. And again, we make donut holes by pinching the fabric. There we go. And again, wherever we make a designated hole, we snip, snip, snip the outer whole mouth area. Okay, so it looks like this. Boom, boom, boom. You guys can see. Hopefully you guys can see and know what I'm talking about. It was the other tear though. Now you guys, I'm kind of just finalizing some of my distressed denim and just making sure it's super distressed. So lastly, what I'm going to do after I'm done distressing this is try it on. If I like the way it looks, I'm going to wash it and then dry it so it's frayed, and I'll show you guys the after effect. Okay, you guys, so I turned my new denim shorts inside out. This is what it looks like, and I'm going to put them in the wash now. Okay, you guys, so this is what it looks like after I took it out of the dryer. So as you guys can see, it's still kind of crispy and warm still because I just took it out of the dryer. But you guys, I'm honestly loving the after effects, and I'm gonna get close up. You can just see how fluffy the frays are. I'm gonna like actually take a few minutes to, cause it's like really knotted. Cause after you take it out the dryer, it gets really knotted normally. That's completely fine and normal. So I'm going to unknot it and then kind of like pull some threads down to make it look more threaded. But this is the beautiful outcome, you guys. I even distressed some of the waistband a little bit on the top. I really love how it came out. I didn't want too many holes like where my thighs are, because sometimes when I do sit down, it like my skin and my thighs kind of pop out of the holes when it's tight. So I just left it by the holes on the front pockets. So you guys can see, that's the front. And then the back is my favorite part right here because of the pockets. Look at that. And then you guys, look at the belt loops. I frayed and cut the side of the belt loop as you guys saw, and then I did the top edge of the waistband. You guys, this came out so beautiful. I honestly love, comment below you guys if this technique has worked for you. Honestly, you just need some scissors, a pin, or some kind of fabric pencil, depending on the color of your fabric, as well as scissors, and you guys are good to go. For me, I honestly believe the real magic happens in the washer and dryer because it creates this distressed effect, which is so beautiful. When I put this in the washer and dryer, I turned it inside out. I always turn my jeans inside out, or anything denim related inside out. Really all my clothes inside out, but these specifically I turned inside out when I put them in the washer and dryer. But yeah, comment below you guys if this has worked out for you. Let me know what your thoughts are on this technique? I'd really love to know. Okay, you guys, so that concludes today's video on how to distress denim. My goal was to hope that you guys have learned step by step how to distress denim, and hopefully you guys, the next time you are wanting to distress anything in your wardrobe, whether it's a denim jacket, denim jeans, denim skirt, denim shorts, I really hope you guys can use some of these tips and tricks, considering we will always have denim in our wardrobe. Denim will always be a forever staple in our style, in our wardrobe, whether it's a trend or not. Denim never goes out of style. And so I really hope you guys have had some fun in today's video, distressing and just having fun, you know, mixing up, getting creative, getting your hands dirty with your style and your wardrobe, and just having fun and just recreating and reinventing newness in your wardrobe. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video as much as I did making it with you all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.